Hi guys, today we'll be tackling the Forgotten Forest Temple. I sort of do a few of these things, various guides on how to complete Kameo. It's a game I've played quite a few times now. Yeah, I appreciate the support, so enjoy. So what we have to do here is basically defeat that troll, save the child in the cage, and move on to the next bit. So it's important that you use the chip move, not the sling move. And as you sort of see there, he just comes back. Although annoyingly, just throwing the chips at him doesn't work. You have to then switch to Commonweed and sort of defeat him. So I've been showing you that I've not taken too long and he's got his shield back up. So again, sort of throw your chip. Even to be fair, even just doing the blast does nothing. I think you can get a move where if you upgrade Rubble, and one of his moves, it's like you can hold down as if you're going to blast, but then you have to hold the trigger forward. That will then defeat the trolls, but that's the only move that seems to hurt them. So here you have to wait until the mouth's open and chip into the mouth.
Thanks for saving me.
There we go, he's free.
Let me show you a secret to get past those stupid troll barricades.
So what he's doing is he's triggering those to sort of release explosive shells. So you just duck underneath them, pull left and right trigger, and don't bother flipping into the gate, just go straight up to it. You can flip it, but it's more time consuming. So I hate these guys. These are definitely among sort of one of my worst trolls. They're not hard, they're just annoying because they keep hiding underneath the shells. And you've got to wait for the spikes to go in. It's just, you have to basically keep doing this dance of death around them. Okay, so flip that up. Sort of use your RT and LT and then flip up with the right trigger. So this one, it can't hurt you if you're also in a shell. But sort of if you keep getting hit, just panic and hide underneath one of these basically. You've also got to be very careful not to go near the flames as pummelweed, because that will just set you on fire. It does work if you're rubble, like that's fine because you're a rock type, but don't go near the flames as anything remotely grassy. So we move on to the next bit. So again, we've got to defeat the trolls and save the child in the cage over there. So very sort of similar premise to the other one. So with these trolls, because there's sort of the long grass, you have to make sure you stun them with rubble first. So get this guy first. So that will open up the troll, or whatever the statue, whatever you want to call it. So just chip over there, and it won't let you move on until you defeat all the trolls, because it'd be a bit mean to leave trolls and children together. There you go, he's released some more for you. Right, so he's stunned. Just change the pummelweed, finish him off. He might be an archer. There we go. So again, you have to stun them. Try and do it from a distance, because if you get too close to them, they just jump back into the grass. So yeah, sort of stun him, sort of beat him with pummelweed, and you should be able to move on from there. So whilst every sort of warrior move is important, I do think a good one to upgrade pummelweed to is razor top. As when you're sort of spinning around on the floor like that, it means that anyone that comes near you sort of basically gets bashed out of the way. So it's definitely worth investing in. So much like before, we used the chip move, not the sling move. I'm just going to do this very quickly. Okay, push them out of the way. You can choose to defeat all of them, but I'm just moving on for sort of efficiency's sake. These ones, you do have to defeat all of them, as annoying as it is. So the easiest way to do this is to sort of stay as rubble, and keep doing the blast move. So when you hold LT and RT together, and try and pick them off one by one. So sort of that's an ideal scenario where two of them are stunned, because then sort of the one next to him can't beat you up whilst you're trying to beat the other back. So make sure you position yourself in front of them after you've done the blast move, so that then your rocks come back behind them, if that makes sense. So I need to stun them again. Just try and angle myself so that stone over there rolls back towards me. Oh, there you go, 2 for 1. In an ideal scenario, you'd manage to get into warrior focus where everything slows down, but to do that with these guys when they get back up so quickly is really hard. I can do it, but sort of given that I'm doing it on a video, of course it's not going to do it properly. And I'm sure you don't really want to see me do that 100 times over. So there we go, you just finish them off. And that lets you move on to the next bit. So moving on to the next bit. There should be some trolls popping up now. So if you hold down the blast moves, the LT and RT, that will sort of stun them and buy you a second to sort of do what you need to do. Doesn't do much in terms of actually harming them. You know? I think you can get a move where you upgrade rubble and he gets like sharp rocks, and then when you do the blast move it does hurt them. So that is definitely worth doing. But I haven't yet done my video on how to find all the elemental fruits, so I haven't done that yet. But I'm hoping to do that sort of in the next couple. So unfortunately I'm sort of operating at base level for both these poor guys. So again, we've got a little archer that's popped up. Sort of keep blasting to stun them. Pick them off one by one. There we go, invented warrior focus. Slows everything down for you. Nice and easy. Means you don't have to stun the warriors, the trolls then. Because, you know, they're too slow. Have I picked up everyone? I think I might have done. Okay, so we just wait for the statue to open. And that's another child rescued. So he'll trigger some more of those little spiky shells, which will then open up that gate there. So these guys are going to jump down. Sometimes I think it's worth maybe getting rid of the shells ahead of time, so that before I go through that bit, but I can't be bothered. I'm just going to, you know, be honest with you about that one. But they're fairly easy to sort of get rid of, they're just a bit annoying. Is this one? Oh, no, it's not got a shell. See, if I'd have gone for that one instead of the other one, I would have actually got troll. So again, just keep basically dancing around in a circle. Because those shells, they can only move in sort of sudden forward motions. They can't, you know, navigate very well. So as long as you keep sort of dancing around them, you should be able to avoid them. Managed to get caught up there. They eventually drop back down again, so I'm just going to leave them up there. Throw a couple of stones because I'm annoyed at him. Yep, so go sort of finish off the other trolls. There's one more shell guy that I need to get rid of. I'm sure there's a technical name, it's not just shell guy, but I don't know what it is. So there you go. So that means I've got one left. There you go, you eventually fell down. That's the next bit opened up. trying to control them. So again, if you've got the upgrade for a rubble, this is a lot easier because his rocks are sharp, and you can do the move where you basically hold LT and RT and point at someone, and it unleashes like a flurry of rocks at them, and that's really helpful. But as I haven't done my elemental fruit video yet, I don't have any fruit to actually upgrade them. And it's poor planning on my part, I'm not gonna lie. So again, before you move on, you have to destroy all the ones in the grass, including the archers. Again, because I've not upgraded my rock, I keep forgetting they're not spiky at the moment. Because normally I do just sort of pick up the fruits as I go along, but I'm hoping to do one long format video where I just sort of collect all the fruits in one go, as that would probably be really helpful for some people. Right, go around and get rid of this archer. There we go. There's one more left, as he's just so helpfully reminded me. So just chasing around this annoying box. There we go, eventually stunned him. I'm just going to look around for the final archer. So now I'm not allowed through yet. You see those annoying tendrils in the way. There he is. So give him a quick stun. Try and finish him off with pumpweed. Right, this should open us up to the final bit just before the boss level. You see, you sort of got an archer and 2 rows of shield trolls there, which is really annoying. I won't defeat all of them, just sort of to save you boredom. Yeah, as long as you sort of defeat one of them, you can normally squeeze your way through. There we go. I like the blast approach just because you've got a good chance of hitting someone. Just sneak on through. So we're in the actual temple itself, which is kind of cool. It's good to stock up on any hearts, coins, etc. here. Again, I'm planning to do a video where I get you all 4 of the Mystic's eyes. And one of those is the Eye of Restoration, which you can get with just pummel-weed.
The rest of my men were wiped out.
So when we get back to the Enchanted Kingdom, there are 4 eyes. There's Spirit, Restoration, Strength and Protection. My favourite is Spirit, but that's quite a way off in the future. You need chiller for that. But watch my other videos to find out how to get those. Right, so through here, you've got one of these sort of statue things you'll be used to sort of tackling by now. Stand on your little platform, chip a rock in, and he will open up the other statues. And you need to basically throw a rock in each of their mouths to open up the stairway to the final boss battle for this level, which is where you will be rescuing one of the ancestors, Hallis. As you saw sort of when I just jumped off the edge there, if you're going to do that, make sure you keep pulling RT, otherwise you will just fall flat on your face. So he's opened half of the stairs there. But you're not going to guess what the other one's going to do. So wait for that to rise up. Just sort of keep chipping. Eventually one of them goes in. Okay. That's the stairwell opened. And sort of the way to the boss battle.
I'm itching to knock some troll heads together. But I have to
figure
follow
out where the other
orders and
guy is.
babysit this
I know
egghead.
there is someone else here. Oh, we've managed to lose him. If you do enjoy my content, please do drop a like, subscribe, and yeah, do let me know what you want me to sort of carry on doing.
I don't believe it. That's old Morwood of legend, and Hallis is trapped inside
So
it.
here, you want to keep running around until he does that thing where he sort of does all the weeds, because that releases these shells. Although don't stay still because then it'll just hit you. So I can find myself a new one. Now what you've got to do is you've got to flip it into him. But if you do what I did there, I've done it too close to him, so then it just flips the other way. I'll try and get myself a new shell. You can't just go into him either, because like with the troll barricades, that was nice and easy. You could, you know, go into them with those shells. But with him, you have to make sure that you flip it into him from not too close. So there we go, that one's actually gone right. So he gets slightly annoyed, he throws out some trolls. You can always do the blast move, and again, it's very helpful to have the upgraded move for that. So you see what I did there is I've just used the chip move. Every time he laughs, throw a chip into his mouth. So, okay, get up close, throw a chip in. It doesn't matter if you're getting hit by the trolls, it happens. And eventually he'll stop doing that and then start doing the thing where he makes all the weeds come out of the floor again. But until he does that, just keep chucking chips into his mouth. So I'm anticipating he's going to do one of those weed things. Again, don't stay still when he does it. So I need to find me a shell. There we go. Let's take this one. Again, don't do it too close to him because they just rebound. And so every time you do that with the shell, he should sort of do the same old, chuck some trolls out, and then he'll start the laughing thing. Every time he laughs, chip into the mouth. There we go, you've just defeated your first boss battle. There we go, that's him done. And you freed Hallis. And he should give you an elemental warrior at the end of his speech, which I will speed up for you so you don't have to sort of watch all the way through. I'm not going to lie, the voices do go slightly comical when it's in fast motion. Maybe it sort of makes it a little bit easier to watch. I'm not sure whether it helps to sort of be like this speed or at a normal speed. I do appreciate all the feedback that you guys give me. But yeah, sort of that's your first ancestor down. 1 out of 3. Then came the day that Thorn proclaimed himself king of the trolls and set about to conquer all he surveyed. Much harm was done, and many I can't quite get over the high-pitched nature of the voices when it's put in the fast-forward mode. It's just slightly amusing. Yeah, it's sort of he tells you a few secrets about Thorn, etc. And sort of once he's done chatting with you, and he will give you Ash in just about now, you'll end up with a little call from the Mystic.
His name is Ash.
Much that means.
It's around here that you sort of start to notice that the Mystic is maybe not as quite sort of truthful as she should be.
Kameo, can you hear me?
Around here you start to sort of see, okay, she's actually out for herself, and some other clearly not quite honourable purposes.
You won't believe it, but Uncle Hallis gave me an elemental sprite.
Tricky, tricky, tricky. I wondered where those others were.
Sorry?
Nothing important, but what is that you must save the ancestors before Callus and Thorn take any sprites they might be holding.
Sort of here she'll chat for a little bit,
The ancestors will never give
and then sort of following this it will then launch into a sort of vision of what's happened to Aunt Lenya, the next ancestor we have to rescue. But that's over at Mountain Falls, which is my next video, and I hope you go check it out.
There you go.
Hope you enjoyed. Bye!